Now let's do it with other people's mothers. Just think of another person's mother from when you were little. Same thing, you can do the same thing. You can picture her, and I can ask you, where are you? About how old are you? Is it day or night in this image? What season does it seem to be? And it turns out that that associative memory, that back of the mind memory, is intact for all of us. And so that's the thing that I'm really I'm interested in. And I also want to talk a little bit about editing, because that's the one thing that people always talk about rewriting and editing. And I always say that editing is something that it'd be nice if we didn't do it. We do it every single day. Every time you walk down the street and you look at somebody and say, if I had her ass, I would not wear those pants. That's editing. That's totally editing, right? And one of the things I think about when people edit, if you think about what you're doing, for instance, say you have, I think it has something to do with making yourself feel better with our mental health or emotional health. And here's an example of that. Say you went into a store and there was a clerk and you had a little tip, where you said something and they like one of those art. I always had trouble with the art school students that worked at the art store who would look at me like, here comes the middle-aged lady, and they always had to say, with their piercings, and they had to say something to me, and then I would leave feeling really small. Well, if that happens, you have a tip, and then you leave, and you feel real small, and you get in your car, and all of a sudden you realize what you could have said. You know what I'm talking about? The French have a name for it. They call it l'esprit de escalier, the spirit of the stairs. I guess when you get at the top, you can throw the handle at them. But so what do? So you think of the thing you could have said, right? And you're driving, and all of a sudden you picture yourself walking in. They say this time you say this, and they go, oh. You feel a little better, right? You feel a little better. So what do? You don't just imagine it. No, you start again. You start at the scene, where the scene begins. You go in the store again, you're driving. You go in the store again, they say this, you say this back, they say, I'm melting. They feel even worse. And if you think about it, you play it over and over and over until when you get home and you call your friend and tell them that's what you did say. You're not really lying. That's what I call autobiography. But if you think about why you edited that scene, and when you think about editing it, you always know exactly where to start. You start at the beginning. You don't just repeat that thing. You imagine coming in and out. So I think that the reason these things like editing and story arc and all those things exist is because they existed with us first. They existed with people first. And I feel like we can get that back with us growing up. And I just want to tell you about a scene I've been editing for 30 years. When I always had this problem of how female am I? I know, it's like here's Jessica Simpson, here's Mr. Potato Head, and I'm just sort of like, I thought, okay, I know. And when I was 22, the skincare systems came out. It was a skincare system. I said, that's what I need. That'll make me a lady. I'll be a skincare system. And Clinique had just been invented. And I thought, I'll just go buy some Clinique. But I knew I had to go into that place in the store where the ladies are wearing those white coats. They have to look like butchers a little bit, wearing the white coats, they have the perfect hair. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do it, but I was really nervous. So I did whatever I always do when I'm nervous, which is eat a hot dog really fast. So there was this place right near where I went. The store was called Frederick and Nelson's in Seattle. And I went to this great hot dog place where they had brats.